Here's a couple questions from the exponent log section that we can try. First question talks about graphing and graphing inverse functions. So the first one they say is graph it and then graph the inverse. So if I have x equals y squared minus 3, I'm just going to do a quick table of values here. And let's solve for x. So plug values in for y. So maybe I'll plug a 0 in. So 0 squared is 0 minus 3 would be negative 3. Let's put a 1 in. So 1 squared is 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Okay, let's keep going a couple more. Let's put in a 2 for y. 2 squared is 4 minus 3 is 1. So when y is 2, x is 1. How about, let's do maybe a negative 1. Negative 1 squared is 1 minus 3 is negative 2 again. So negative 1 gives me a negative 2. And I would just keep doing that. So negative 3, 0, dot. Negative 2 and 1, dot. 1 and 2, another dot. Negative 2, hold it, that was that negative 2? Oh yeah, that's right. Negative 2 and negative 1. Okay. Now, I'm not sure what kind of graph that looks like. I probably would need to put some more points in just to see exactly what it looks like. This point here bothers me a little bit. 1 and 2 should be up just a bit higher than that one. Okay, so I think what it's going to look like is sort of a sideways parabola, something like that one. Now, to graph the inverse, I swap the x's and y's, so it'd be y equals x squared minus 3. So if I plug a 0 in for x, oops, I get a negative 3. Notice that they're exactly opposite, so I could just go 1 minus 2, 2 and 1, flip those, negative 1, negative 2. And then plot those points, 0, negative 3, down here somewhere, 1, negative 2, about there, 2 and 1, right about there, negative 1, negative 2, right about there. Looks like I'm getting a graph that looks like this. And so, thanks, Donna. So then, if I were to plot that graph, maybe I'll just try and grab it. Plot this graph over here, it would look somewhere in there. And what they're saying is to look at it in terms of the line y equals x, which is this line here. A line that goes up straight down through the middle and right that way. And so if I see a point here, there should be an analogous point reflected on this line here. So that's my mirror, is that one. So this point probably reflected to that point there. And I could pick any of the other points along this one and find a reflection on the other graph. So that's what the graph one was trying to have you look at. The next question had to do with using a log and using a formula to determine this. It says find the hydrogen ion concentration of each substance given the pH. So my formula is pH equals negative log of the hydronium or hydrogen ion concentration. In chemistry we often use hydronium, but H plus is good. So this time they give us the pH though. So for example, for this one they give me the pH of 7 and they want to know this. So negative log of hydrogen ion concentration. So now if I want to solve for this, first I get rid of the negative. So divide both sides by negative 1 and I'll get negative 7 is equal to log of x or hydrogen ion concentration. This is base 10. I'll probably just change it from log form to exponential form. So 10 to the negative 7 is equal to the hydrogen ion concentration. And all the rest of those you would do the same thing. And this one, since it's a power of 10 here to the negative 7, and this is an integer, I probably would just leave my answer like that. It would look like if I expressed it as a decimal, it would be 0 point and then a bunch of zeros, 1. 10 to the minus 7, 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it would look like that. Okay, but this would be fine for that question. Hopefully that gives you a hand in doing those two problems.